guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be cooking for you. Several of you had mentioned quite a while back that you would like to, when I bought this cookbook, 30-minute paleo meals, that you would like for me to cook something out of it. So that's what I'm going to do. I've made this before and it's delicious. I'm going to make the quick Italian meatballs with spaghetti squash pasta. It is so good. You won't miss regular spaghetti at all. So let me just flip this down and show you how easy this is to make, and it is so good. Okay, what you need is I have my oven preheated to 450 degrees, okay, and you're gonna need 1 spaghetti squash, okay, and you're supposed to really make your own marinara sauce, but I don't. I just go to our local store, Publix, and buy their Greenwise organic tomato basil sauce. It is so good, and it doesn't contain, I don't think it contains any sugar. So I love that, okay? So you'll need some sauce, whatever kind you want. Then you're gonna need some olive oil. You're gonna need 2 eggs that are organic and range-free eggs. And then you're gonna need some almond flour, and I just get Bob's Red Mill at Walmart. And then you're gonna need some olive oil spray. I just use the pan. And then you're gonna need 2 cloves of garlic chopped and some fresh organic basil. I get mine at Walmart, and you just need 1/4 cup of that chopped. And then you're gonna need some Italian seasoning, some salt and pepper, and then I've been adding in just a little bit of this Weber roasted garlic and herb seasoning. It really makes it taste good. So let me go ahead and get this going for you. Okay, and then you're going to need some grass-fed ground beef. We go to Fresh Market and get ours. Sometimes we'll go to Publix and get their Greenwise hamburger, and it's just as long as it's kind of grass-fed and healthier. And this is just a hair over a pound. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to, in a large bowl here, we're going to combine this hamburger. Okay, we're just going to combine our hamburger. We're going to put it in this dish, and then we're going to put our eggs, our 2 eggs slightly beaten. Then we're going to put our 2 cloves of chopped garlic. Now this is where I deviate a little bit from the recipe. I like the basil actually in the meatballs, so I go ahead and put 1/4 cup of that fresh chopped basil actually in the meatballs, and then I'll put a little bit in with the squash. And then we're going to take some of this Weber seasoning. I don't want a lot. I'll probably, this is the only thing I just kind of eyeball it. Just a little bit, and sprinkle that in there. And then the Italian seasoning, you want 1 tablespoon of this. This smells so good. Put that in there. And then I'm just going to put some salt in. I don't like a lot, so I'm just going to sprinkle some in. It calls for 1½ teaspoons of salt, so that's going to be enough for me. And then some 1½ teaspoons freshly ground black pepper. So I think that'll be enough of that. Okay, all right, in the meantime, I've gone ahead and put some aluminum foil on this. cookie sheet and I put some parchment paper over it. Now I also need to go ahead and put some of this almond flour in here, a half a cup. Put that in there. And let me make sure I have everything in here. Okay, and I do. So what we're gonna start doing is just mixing this all together. But it really makes delicious meatballs. Just mix it until it's thoroughly combined. I can smell the garlic and the basil. Ugh. And that Italian seasoning. This smells good. And this is healthy for you too. Okay, so what you do next is we're gonna make little balls out of this. So you want to take 2 teaspoons. So I'm just gonna fill this 1 teaspoon twice and full and then make a little ball in my hand. And this will make 16 of these. It is so good. I think that one got a little big. Okay, I made mine a little bit bigger. So I actually only made 12 meatballs, but that's fine. Now what you're gonna do is just spray the top of the meatballs with Pam olive oil, baking spray, okay? And we're gonna set this aside and we're getting ready to put it in the oven. Okay, the next thing we're gonna do is take our spaghetti squash and you just wanna get a sharp knife and poke holes on it all over. Okay, and then we're gonna get some aluminum foil and parchment and put that on a baking sheet, and we're gonna bake them both in the oven side by side for anywhere from 45 minutes. The meatballs until they're golden brown, until you like them. I like mine a little more well done. And then this just until it gets soft. And what we're gonna do is we're going to roast it in the oven for 13 minutes, then we're gonna go in and rotate it the upside down and let that part roast. So I'll be back when this is finished. Okay guys, I'm back and my meatballs are fresh out of the oven. They look so good and they smell delicious. So now what I need to do is open up my tomato basil sauce, put it in a saucepan, or really a skillet, and then put the meatballs in that and cook them for 5 minutes. Then I'm gonna take my squash out of the oven, the spaghetti squash, cut it in two, remove the seeds, and shred it. And then I'm gonna put it in a bowl and put olive oil and the basil in it. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, it is finished. It is so good. Let me get something to scoop it out with. But here is how the spaghetti squash turns out. You won't miss it at all. And I'm just gonna scoop some out here, and then I'm gonna call my husband because he loves this too. It is so good and you won't miss it at all. It is delicious. But you can see that right there. It is so good. Honey, you want to come here and try it?
Sure, baby. Ooh, that looks good.
It is so good. But if you want a really healthy meal that doesn't take long to make, but is delicious, and this is a paleo meal, then definitely try this because it's so good. And I'll have the recipe in the description box below. But it is really, really good. It is so delicious. It is piping hot. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a taste test, but I know it's delicious. I love it. It's so hot. You won't miss spaghetti, trust me. Mmm. It's so good. So, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, bye guys.